Welcome to today's class, dear students. Do you know what is pseudocode? So it's very simple. Just don't get tensed after seeing the name of this. It is very simple. Okay, so let's see that what it is. So we know that what is a program, right? We know what is a program. This program is a representation of doing something, set of statements. Okay, you are doing something with the help of a program. And before writing the program, normally we write algorithm. Okay, and that algorithm is a formal way. And before writing the algorithm, you can go for pseudocode, and that is informal style of writing. Okay, what you are supposed to do? Suppose you got a problem to solve. Suppose you are having a program. That is, your boss is telling you write the program, or your teacher is telling write the program for this. So what you will do is, we don't go and straightly write the program. So before that, you will just write how to do. That is what should be the procedure. Okay. So when you are writing in an informal style, that is a pseudocode. So when it goes to the formal, it goes to the algorithm, and after algorithm, we are going to the program. Okay, not necessary that you have to write pseudocode and then algorithm, then program. So just the rough sketch of the program, that is a pseudocode. Okay, and that is not executable. Same as algorithm, the pseudocode is also not executable. It is just for understanding. That is how something is to be done, how it can be solved. Okay. So pseudocode is a plain English representation of a computer program or algorithm. You just take the pen or pencil and write in any language. Normally, a pseudocode we are representing in English language. Okay, plain English, normal English. Just write simple English, no style, nothing. Informal way of writing. Okay, and it shows the structure, how, that is where it will start, and next what should be done, and next what, and how you get the final answer. So that representation, it shows the structural flow of the program. Okay, so here are some significant points which we have to keep in mind. So we know, before I told, it is not a programming language. It is just a learning tool or reasoning tool. Okay, and it cannot be executed. Unlike programming language code, it does not follow a strict structure and syntax. It is not following a structure or a syntax. You are just taking a sheet of paper and you are writing it. So that is pseudocode. Okay, it is not a programming language and it is not executable also. You are just writing it. So with the help of the pseudocode, it will be quite easy to write the algorithm. And then you can switch on to the program. Okay, it's a blueprint. That is how it should be done. That is pseudocode. Some steps are given here. How to write pseudocode. It is not necessary that you have to follow all. Just simple English you write. But you have to know. General, some concept is there. Okay. So for keywords, we are using capital letters. Okay, so what is a keyword? They are the reserved words. It is mainly meant for doing a particular purpose. That is a keyword. So when you are using a particular keyword in pseudocode, you have to use capital letters. Okay, write only one statement per line. In a line, write a single statement. Okay, and you have to give indentation for the block body. That is, you have to mark something. That is, here that particular thing is starting, and you have to specify each and everything. Okay, so be specific while writing a statement. Use plain English to provide a particular description. Use a single English or simple English for writing pseudocode. So let me explain how to write pseudocode for bubble sorting technique. Okay, so this is to sort a particular array of numbers in ascending order. For that I am doing now bubble sort. Okay, so let's see what is bubble sort. So here as input a set of numbers we are having, and for bubble sort the first two numbers, that is pair of numbers, are compared. Okay, here 12 and 5, they are compared. So we are in ascending order. We have to get the numbers in the ascending order, right? So we know smaller should come first. So 5 should come here and 12 should go here, right? You have to interchange the values. So same thing is happening here. 5 came here and 12 here. Okay. Now among these two numbers, the smaller one is at the beginning. Now compare 12 and 15. So this is okay in the correct order itself. Then compare 15 and 13. See this? 15 and 13. We know that 13 is smaller, right? So 13 came here, 15 sent back. So they have interchanged. Now again compare 15 and 10. So 10 came here and 15 here. Okay. So this is first iteration. So in the second iteration, so this was the output of the first iteration, right? Now you have to compare 5 and 12. They are in correct order. So okay. Then compare 12 and 13. Again same, no change. And then compare 13 and 10. See this? So at that time, 10 will come here and 13 will go to the back. And then compare 13 and 15. So they are in order. So this is the output of second iteration. Okay. Now go for the third iteration. For third iteration, this will be the input. This set of array, this order will be the input. Okay. So this 5, 12, 10, 13 and 15. So 5 and 12 are in correct order. So let it be. Then 12 and 10. See, 10 will come here and 12 will come here. Okay. Now compare 12 and 13. They are in order. 13 and 15. They are in order. Okay. So this is the final output, or this is the sorted array. So this is how bubble sort can be done. That is, from the set of numbers, compare pair by pair. So first pair, compare it. So if the second number is greater, first number is smaller, means let it be. If the first number is bigger, then it should go to the back and the second should come to the front. Okay. So because this is ascending order. If descending order means just the opposite of this. So that's it. Now let's see how to write the pseudocode for this. Okay. So this is a pseudocode. See, simple English we have written. We are given with an input array which is supposed to be sorted in the ascending order. We start with the first element with index I is equal to 0 and check if the element present at I plus 1, that's the second element. So we know that for array, index is starting from 0. So that is the first element. So next element means I plus 1, that will be 1, right? So always it is comparing like that. So you will be knowing what is an array. So first number is in the first position, second number is in the second position, that is the first position plus 1. That is what? I plus 1. Okay. Element in I and element in I plus 1 is being compared. If it is greater, swap the elements. That is, interchange the elements. Okay. If above is not the case, no swapping will take place. So simple English, what you understood from that, just write it. Now, I gets incremented and about 2 steps happen again until the array is exhausted. That is, until you get the last step or the final solution, you have to repeat the steps. We will ignore the last index as it is already sorted. So then at the end, it will be in the sorted condition itself, right? So now the largest element will be at the last index of the array. At the end, you will get the largest element. So this is what the pseudocode of bubble sort. That is just simple way you have written how you have done. That is, you will be having a set of number. It is not necessary that you have to write in the same way. So how it is to be done? That thing you just convert in your simple English language. You will be having a set of elements. Write the elements. You have to sort them in ascending order. Okay, right? So take the first element and compare it with the second element. If the first element is bigger, exchange it or swap it. If it is smaller, let it be. Then compare the second and the third element. See, simple English you can represent. Okay, so that is pseudocode. Now see the algorithm for that. So algorithm means step-by-step solution. Right, you are writing the steps and that is little bit formal. So begin, Start is there, end will be there. That is for all elements of the array. See, for array you have to write like this. Array, and if array of I greater than array of I plus 1, you have to swap it and then close the if condition, and this is the loop, and then at the end of this you will get the answer. Okay, so you'll print the result, you'll get the final answer. So this is how bubble sort algorithm can be written. So now one more example we are discussing here is linear search. That is, you are searching for something. Before, that is bubble sort. That is, you were sorting. You were having a set of numbers and you have arranged either in the ascending or in the descending order. Now this is linear search. That is, you are searching for some element. You will be having a set of elements, and from that you will be having an element to search for. Okay, you will be having an element in your hand, and then you are searching whether that particular element is there in the list. Okay, so this is the item which you need to search, and this is the array you are having. So what is the linear search procedure is that first this item will go and check whether this is 12. Okay, because item element is 12, right? The value stored in item is 12. So the values will be compared. No, not same. So it will go to the next element. See, again compare, not same. Third element, not same. See, fourth element, it is same, right? So item, the value stored in item and the fourth element is same. That means you have searched and that element is there in the list. So the location will be printed. That is, in that particular location, the element is present. Okay. And then if it will go like this and it will come to 45, and if it will not find the element 12, then it will conclude that element not there, element not present, like that. Okay, so this is a way how linear search can be done. So here the pseudocode for this. Here little bit formally it has been written, not in a simple English language. Okay, different ways you can write. So this way also you can write. This is almost similar to algorithm. So procedure linear search for each element in the array if match item is equal to value, and then print the item's location and then continue. Okay, end the procedure. So this is for linear search. Here algorithm for linear search, it is written in some other way. Say set I is equal to 0, index of I, since this is array. Okay, so first index will be 0, and then condition is to be checked, that is until you reach the end of the array, and then A of I and X is the element to be searched for. So it is continuing, and if it is found, element X is found at index I, it will be displayed like that, or else element not found. Okay, so this is the way how linear search can be done in the normal way, and this is the way how algorithm can be written for that. Okay, so it is a very simple topic. Pseudocode is just the rough sketch of the program, and it is informal, not formal. Okay, just you are writing in simple English language, that is pseudocode. Hope it is clear for you. Thank you.